All right, we're back. Judd'z Budz 173, right? Is that what that says? Yeah,
I
sure.
think that sounds right.
Gretzky
no?
plus Sammy, or is that last week? And we
No, because it's 74. Yeah.
Okay, so we're good.
Yeah, no, 74 sounds right.
174 or Gretzky plus 74.
Yeah, no, that's right. Sorry, I'm at the Gretzky plus.
Hell yeah.
I'm just trying to come up with what's the plus.
Okay. All right. Well, and that's fucking Gretzky plus fucking Sammy Walker. I think he was 74 when he was here, when he was playing. I feel like he wore either like.
Shout out TJ Oshie in St. Louis.
Sure. I'll go with that. As usual, spoke siege by my good buddy, Mr. At State of Hoppy. Hoppy, how we doing?
It's nice not scrambling to get here. I don't mind this later start.
Yep, we continue to just never be consistent with this, so we've changed the times again. 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central.
Just Trav at 5:35, or I guess 6:35 for you. Is this podcast getting postponed again?
Sure is. Sure did.
No, it got changed, and we posted it on one social media platform. So for those of you that aren't on Twitter, X, the Everything app, we are moving forward 8:30 Central Time start on Mondays until we change our mind. But I think we're going to stick with this for a while.
That's our bad, Trev. But we're
very much our bad.
Super our bad. Really not great. Really bad on our part.
Super our bad.
Super our bad. Could not be more our bad if we tried, actually. Also, I just looked at myself. This looks insane. Nothing's going well.
That is the headphone wire equivalent of Charlie with the tack board.
Well, it's funny because when I put this back in the microphone case, I like throw it around so it shouldn't be getting tangled, the wires. And I like the second I put it, I looked down and it was like, yeah, no, we bunched up. We thought it'd be fun. We thought that's what you wanted. And then we started and I realized it too late. And now it's going to look like this until I snap for the 87th time today. And probably break them.
The Twitter post, right?
Huh? That's what I'm going to do. Yep.
I knew you were waiting for it. I just wanted to.
I literally haven't done anything right today. And I mean, I can't.
That just sounds like a day.
I don't think that'll be changing anytime soon or tomorrow or ever. But yeah, I mean, we technically started this when we were supposed to. I was here with 5 seconds to spare. I guess we have 2 weeks of shit to talk about, even though it's the summer still. So
thankfully,
this time we have some updates, some nothing crazy, but we got some topical shit to talk about. I'm just gonna throw this out here, folks. The wait is over. A contract has been signed. Kind of. Jack Johnson on a PTO. Minnesota Wild, baby. The pride of Shattuck, best friend of Sidney Crosby. Jack Johnson. Norris season incoming. PTO, baby. Everyone
did you
relax.
See what I said under the post?
I haven't seen anything today. I literally.
I mean, you saw that
PTO. Yeah.
Is that because your Jack Johnson music notification on Google pinged you for that by accident? No bubble toast?
Yeah. Was it Banana Pancakes? Is that one of the songs?
Oh,
is that him? Is that guy?
That's same thing. Yeah. No.
Is that guy? Like, I don't know.
I pretty much said, if this isn't the last negotiating tactic from Sidney Crosby before he waives his no trade clause, I'm going to need therapy, because Jack Johnson has already immensely hurt me, arguably almost as much as his parents hurt him. I just don't know that I have it in me. Now, there's people freaking out like, oh, this is bullshit. Like, disrespectful to Boyum and Juracek and Lambos. Like, I'm not on that. I don't think that his PTO is a problem because it, like, at best, he's going to be a 7th or 8th defenseman. I just don't want him playing on this team under any circumstances. I think fellow member of the Greater Soda Media Network, Brett Marshall, said, I would rather have John Merrill, and I wholeheartedly agree.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have John Merrill. So not my favorite, but again, if that is like one more notch towards getting him here, which did you see, Z? This would have been like a week and a half ago now because of our no episode last week. Did you see how we got misquoted by someone at the live show for LaPanta and Russo?
We did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. He
goes up to the microphone and says, hey, so there's this other podcast that's talking about trading for Sidney Crosby, and they said that it should be Boyum, Boldy, plus. What do you think? And LaPanta's like, I think they're fucking retarded. And like, I saw Russo at the World Junior Summer Showcase, and I walked up to him right away because someone commented about it after the show and they posted it, and he's like, yeah, I think it's batshit. I'm like, yeah, Mike, that was definitely our show. He's like, you and Joe? I'm like, no, me and Spoke Z. He's like, that's a lot funnier. He's like, I forgive because he gives me highlights.
Yeah, that's all he cares about.
It also very much misrepresented us. Like, we said that a package would include Boyum or Boldy as a starting point, and we still had some discussion around whether it made sense. I could send you the whole 12-minute clip that we posted on YouTube, but I imagine you don't give a shit, so I'll just move on. He's like, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, he's like, I don't even know.
But Boyum, Boldy, plus is somehow the way that we got misquoted. And there were a couple people, granted, we've got awesome listeners and supporters that like were commenting under it, like, yeah, that's definitely not what was said. But also, like, they never said which show it was.
Hell yeah.
It was just like out there in the ether, people like, what podcast is this? What idiots were those idiots?
That's us. Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to text Russo. I was dead serious, actually. I wasn't.
Her daughter is an idiot.
I was dead serious. I was not. It was not a bit. I think that's
reported here. We do think Boyum, Boldy, plus for Crosby. Now that Jack Johnson's here, how do you not do it? Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we're halfway there. We're up. The fellas are up. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna be hammering that take the entire year.
No, the first like week of the season, Boldy and Boyum are both gonna be bad. Be like, fucking told you.
Boldy's gonna miss the net once. I'm just gonna go nuclear, and just like, yeah, it's gonna be one miss net, and then I will be absolutely back on that take quick again. That rules. Big fan of getting misquoted.
Jim Big fan of getting signed that mutant to 5 years, $3.5 million, and it got bought out like a year and a half in.
Okay.
What is happening? He's such a good GM.
Yeah. Well, consider that's how this whole thing went off the rails that quick.
Pretty quick.
I mean, yeah, the one thing that kind of raised my eyebrow a little bit was the fact that, like, for the 5 minutes I was on Twitter today and saw that, like, I got the update that Russo is like probably just insurance since Brody doesn't be ready for the season. And I was like, I hope that doesn't like automatically means he thinks he's gonna make the team, like, or is this just a PTO? Because like I kind of took it as like side of the PTO if like all of the young left shot defensemen look like, or all the young defensemen in general look like shit out of the gate, and you have a couple guys missing, or you even have like another injury in preseason, knock on wood, as we would just assume they might. That's always possible. I'm still like, well, there's probably about like 800 other defensemen you could throw the PTO at, but that's all right.
It's gotta be for the 7-8 spot. It has to be because let's be real. I don't want Juracek or Lambos filling the 7-8 role more than like a week, right? Mm-hmm. Like I either want them playing in Minnesota or playing in Iowa. I don't want to flirt in the middle of that. Yeah. So if that's truly what it is, and he's just there for insurance, like whatever. But it did not please me to see that news release. Like,
It was
we've all
just
been
a
waiting
wild
for
out
2
of nowhere.
contracts to be signed, and they come at us with freaking Jack Johnson.
Hell yeah. Funniest bit. Great bit. Great bit on their part. A+ bit. Everyone's just waiting for that Kaprizov deal. Nope.
So Trav, what I'll say is, like, I'm with you. I just said, like, it bothers me, but Merrill would sign for league minimum. Jack Johnson signed a PTO, so there's no commitment that they're even going to keep him on the team. And if they do sign him, like, who knows what the terms of that'll be? Like, maybe it ends up having to be a 2-way deal if he wants to sign it. Like, I don't know what the details are, but at least they didn't sign him to a contract. He's signed to a tryout. So as soon as they sign a contract, you and I might be sitting down and sobbing over beers, like, what the hell happened? But right now, we just don't know what this actually is.
Yeah.
But it's a fair criticism. I'm right there with you. It's weird. Oh, geez.
So there you go. I mean, everyone can relax. The wait is over. A signing of sorts has happened. We're good. Nothing else to worry about for the rest of the summer and the rest of the season. But yeah, I actually did have to I was rubbing my eyes, looking at it like, wait, that way. And then I did just start dying laughing. So I was like, I mean, this is so funny. This is a very funny. Imagine if people started reading it. The Wild have signed. I was like, oh,
what if they said like Shattuck Star?
Pride of Shattuck St. Mary's. The greatest player from Shattuck.
Got in a fight in a baseball game for his buddy Sydney.
Yep.
And Trav, there's only one brewery I know of in Woodbury, and I'll be honest, when I went there, I wasn't the biggest fan, but that was a while ago, so you can give them another try. I've heard good things, but I have not personally been. There's a place called Pitchfork Brewing in Hudson. I can't personally speak to it, but I've heard good things. So that's about as much as I've got for you in that area. You picked a small pocket that I am just not going to be much help with. I'm sorry. I know in Hudson there's a lot of really cool bars and dive bars. So that's the route I'd probably steer you. But report back with your findings so I can add it to my bag. All right, we are jumping to MNW prospects, MNW young guns, whichever one you want to go with, depending on social media platform. We got to talk about at least 2 wild prospects initially, because we don't have to recap all of the World Junior Summer Showcase. Like, it is what it is. It's Summer Showcase. If there's guys that you want to talk about that were like surprising standouts or disappointments, we certainly can. But we got 2 wild prospects and 1 former Gopher prospect that we got to talk about a little bit here, because at the end of this episode, I'm going to have Isha slap in a couple interviews that we banked at the World Junior Summer Showcase. We'll start with the sadly no longer Gopher in Cole Iserman. Z, what do you expect from this guy, not only representing Team USA, but in his second year with BU? Is he taking a big step, or what do you expect here?
Yeah, I mean, he's still, I think, what did he score last year? Like 25 goals in 30 something games. Like, he kind of came onto the scene hot. And like, I remember saying this both during like the Beanpot Championship, funniest tournament of all time, and just like watching him at the World Juniors. Like, the one criticism he's always had, like, coming up is like, you have to, like, is he engaged? Is he not engaged? Can he give you anything other than goal scoring? Okay, well, if he does give you goal scoring, the way that he does it, if he gives you nothing else, whatever, dude. Like, I mean, he does the thing that's the hardest thing to do in hockey, and he's one of the best at it. But like, watching him in big games, and just like, because every single big game, whether it's tournament or just like a rivalry games like BU BC, he is like just all out, all over the puck. He probably has like the most touch or most puck touches in those big games. And I mean, obviously, we know what he can do with it. Like, he could score from anywhere. It's just got an absolute bomb. But like, I mean, he had another really solid World Juniors last year. Scored a couple big goals. And again, I just love watching him score big goals because he just goes nuts, taunts the fucking bench. Like, he just rocks. So I would expect another big year from him at BU, and to be one of the go-to goal scorers, obviously, for Team USA. And I mean, potentially, I'm just trying to think. So I think they may have posted what they were taking guesses as far as the.
Yeah, we're getting into the projections.
Oh yeah, we
coming
can
up
do that
here.
after that.
Yeah, Mateo's got the graphics made up. We'll have the full rosters for Canada and USA. And so in Iserman's availability at World Juniors that we were able to grab and throw up onto the channel, he talks about decommitting from the Gophers. Of course, Jess had to ask him about that.
Mm-hmm.
But he also talked about like the guys coming in, like Ryder Ritchie. And he's like, oh, yeah, I reached out to him right away. Offered for him to go like 40 minutes out of town and store stuff there. It's like naturally going into my interview with Ryder Ritchie, I'm like, do you have anything just like fucking on Mars that we can bring with and just like say like, hey, Cole, I need you to keep this for me?
Yeah.
He couldn't come up with anything good. I was a little disappointed. I thought we might have something there. But dude, talk about a guy that, again, you were high on. I made sure to point out to him that you had him in the first round. He very much appreciated it. But a guy that we're super excited to have in the pipeline. I'm excited to see what he does in college hockey this year. Do you give him any shot to make Team Canada? And that's not a shot at him. That's like, holy shit, this is a really deep Canada group. And I'm not 100% sure how that all gets sorted out because Canada's really weird with how they pick their teams.
Yeah, the big stipulations, you don't really know what they're going to do. Again, they admitted last year they're going to have to change it up. We'll see if they actually commit to it. I mean, I think we talked about this after the first couple of days of World or the Summer Showcase. Just when you looked at some of the guys he was playing with from the line combos, those first 2 games or so, you would say he probably has a pretty decent chance of making it. Plus, he's been a Team Canada guy for a long time. Like, he missed tournaments when he got hurt, but like, I mean, he was at the Holinka, he was at the U18s, obviously. Like, he's just been one of those guys. And now that he's 2 years out of his draft year, this is like normally when they start really preferring those players. That being said, with like how ridiculous this Team Canada is about to be, like just pulling up like the projected rosters, and I mean even just like the extras are a joke. Like it's just insane. So I mean maybe somewhat of a long shot to make this team, and especially as the showcase went on. I think they played a couple of games. By the end of that, he had kind of found himself lower in the lineup. Obviously, like a really good player, tons of skill, playmaker, can score goals himself. It's just like plays with a ton of flair offensively, but might just be one of the guys that, especially with the way the Team Canada likes to build their roster out, may just get lost in the shuffle when you're like competing with like guys in that top 6 like Porter Martone, like Berkeley Cat and Gavin McKenna, Beckett Sedecki, like Misa Lindstrom. Like, I mean, when you have like projected Caleb Desnoyers on your 4th line, like it's just going to be a hard team to make.
Do you think that he fucked up by just not saying he'd go to Penn State with his boy Gavin McKenna? Because at that point, like they have to bring him. Like McKenna's gonna be like, yo, bring my boy.
It'd be illegal for them not to. They would have to do it.
I'm just saying. And like, be honest, like they looked fucking good together.
Oh yeah, they sure did. Very fun. I mean that Medicine Hat team was so goddamn ridiculous. I am sad that
now they're decimated.
Yeah, they literally lost half of their. I think they actually lost half.
And of course, now Gopher, soon to be stud. Which did we talk about? Carter Casey, was that before we missed a week, or did we not talk about it?
I don't think we talked about it.
Carter Casey, who has some of the best goalie pad game.
We did. Sorry,
we did talk about it. Okay, so we can move past it. But he is going to Medicine Hat, and if he puts up okay numbers there, that will speak volumes because their team is going to struggle in front of him.
But I mean, considering the pad game paired with the fact that he's going to be putting on a Medicine Hat jersey, like those things are sick. He might just be full on drip mode. So like Lennon Ackles, I don't care. I'm like he's the best goalie in the world.
How do you look?
Look at him. Fucking like just look
everybody.
At him. Would you look at it?
How good I look. Aubrey. I had bags on my eyes. Yes, but okay. So we can move past Medicine Hat. Last one we got to talk about then for the wild prospects at World Junior Summer Showcase. Very different spot where he's absolutely assured of his position with Team Finland. Aaron Kiviharju, who gave me 10 minutes. Awesome kid. He was a little apologetic. He's like, I think fans think that I'm like some arrogant asshole. I'm like, no, dude. If any fans said that to you, they're in the minority because fans loved it when you went up to Billy and said that he got the steal of the fucking draft. I also asked him, like, what exactly did you say? He's like, I don't remember the exact words, but I said he got the steal. I'm like, yeah, there were more words.
Yeah, you got it. I just like, again, that clip, the sneaky best part of the clip is when Billy sits back down and just goes, oh. I was just like, Billy loved that, dude. This is so funny. It's just his face, like, oh. I was like, I don't think you understand. That's the best that you possibly could have said.
I'm like, the only person that loved it more than the fans was Bill Guerin.
Yeah. Yeah, but like World Juniors, he's obviously making that team. He's their best defenseman. He's team captain. He's going to play a ridiculous amount of minutes, and they're going to need him to play at his peak for like 30 minutes a night if they want to make some noise here. That being said, it's Team Finland, so they always somehow.
They're never bad.
Like, they're just their most annoying team to play against. They somehow make it work at the World Juniors, which usually is when you see like that like high flying skill and like speed game prevail. But Finland, they somehow just somehow drag other teams into the way that they play. I mean, we saw at the start of the gold medal game last year too, where they looked significantly better than the U.S. For like that first period or so. But yeah, no, he'll be obviously team captain playing a ton. And then the other guy that's going to be probably in that back end, I think Sweeney's like probably pretty close to a shoe-in. Like again, this is just the youth in like the youth kind of moving in Finland's still dragging a little bit. So I would expect him to play some decent. I mean, they're gonna have a couple guys that like have got undrafted for a while. Like,
okay,
I mean, even someone like a Daniel Yemen is probably gonna be playing like top pair with Aaron Kiviharju. He was drafted as an overager. Like, I think Suwini, again, he plays such a projectable game, and he is going to be, when you look at like the guys that they're going to have there, he's probably, as far as just like raw skating goes, it's like him and maybe Lassie Boulius if he makes that team. It's like they're probably the two best like skating defensemen on that roster. So I think he'll make the team again. He made it last year, didn't play very much whatsoever. Then the year pro hockey under his belt, I'd imagine he makes the team and probably plays as a 4 or a 5, honestly. They're going to be light. I mean, that's just how it's going to go.
All right. Let's see, Mateo, what did you have queued up for us next? I know you said you had something. Oh, there we go. We got to talk about officially signing. Is it Bannock? I've heard both.
Adam Bannock.
Billy does not hate short players anymore, as long as they're not Marco Rossi and looking for a contract. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what are you looking to see change? Like, how do you want to see him take another step in his game, jumping over and playing in the CHL?
Yeah, I mean, realistically for him, it's just going to be adjusting to the ice. And continue to say, like, just be able to play at speed, play against players his size. Like, he's so tiny. But like, he's like setting records at like the Holenka, the World Juniors. Like he's doing right now at these international tournaments is legitimately insane. And he's an incredibly talented player, obviously offensively, but like defensively too. He's got solid, super smart player. So it really is just like proving that he can play against kids that are going to be significantly bigger than him his whole fucking career. But I mean, he's done a ton already just to what he's done so far is impressive. I mean, I think he started a bit slow in the USHL, then really picked it up and looked phenomenal in Youngstown towards the end of the year. And yes, Cole Youngstown jerseys are unbelievable. They're some of the best. But yeah, I mean, he's gonna be playing potentially with like Jake O'Brien. That could be fun in the OHL. And I think at the World Juniors, he's gonna find himself on a pretty fun line as well. Potentially, he's got some decent line mates over there. But yeah, he's gonna keep showing that he can play with speed and play with players that are gonna be significantly there. But like he's done that for his whole career so far.
Cosgrove, when I saw on Twitter that he committed to the Bulldogs, I thought it meant UMD. Was kind of a bummer. Agreed. Although it would be fun to watch him play in college hockey and like see him when they visit Mariucci. But yes, agreed. Oh, baby. Now, we got to talk about this, obviously, Z. Roger McQueen does commit going NCAA, going to Friartown, which am I just like out to lunch that I had no idea that it was called Friartown? Or is this something that they're newly trying to push?
Wait, are you what is your question exactly?
Friartown.
Yeah.
I had no idea that that's what people called it.
Yeah, I think it's like unique to them. I think there's just like there's like a lot of.
Is this like how like 10% of people call Minnesota Mini if they're from Minnesota, and everyone from outside of it says Mini, and it's like slowly getting ingrained in Minnesota?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel
like
I've just seen a million like college teams or pro teams just like throw town at the end. Like just I don't know. But
Gopher Town. Nah, don't like it.
I don't think it's unique to Providence. For a second, I thought you were like,
has that been a label before? I've never heard someone call Providence Friartown.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they have.
Okay. Now,
for a second, I thought you were asking me if Providence College was in Friartown, Rhode Island, and I was really excited for a second.
You know what? Let's go with that. What would you have said if that's what I meant?
So I just said yes.
Now, I did learn like 7 minutes before this show started, because apparently I lived under a rock. I did not realize that Trevor Connolly was not going to be there this year because he signed his ELC. Which makes this like way less fun for me.
Yeah. I mean, they'll still be solid. I can't remember. I think Julius Sump, who played Moncton the Q last year, I think he came over as well. It's a German kid, but I mean, number one, another kid that's not going to one of the Boston schools, but is right down the road, so I can go see him in person. It's gonna be very fun. But like just like Lindstrom, I think the college schedule is just gonna be really beneficial for him. Obviously, with such a bad injury-riddled draft season, being able to like just play twice a week, probably gonna be super beneficial for him. So I love that part of it. And I mean, Providence, they always just have a solid team, and when you lose Trevor Connolly with all that skill and talent and the upside, bringing in Roger McQueen to fill that void, not a bad move. So we'll see what he looks like college hockey. Again, it's going to be tough to gauge, especially with how much time missed last year. But I think given the injury history, and I still can't believe he got misdiagnosed twice with that back problem, which that blows.
I do wonder how much of that is window dressing, though, to be like, hey, guys, like, this has been overblown. Like, please ignore my injury. Please draft me and take me to Disneyland. Thank you.
That's it. He actually retired after.
I really love helicopters.
Yeah, please. Either way, I think the college show is gonna be great for him, and I think he'll be able to. I mean, he's so fucking good. As long as he's healthy, he's probably gonna be putting up some fun numbers. He's gonna look good. So, yeah, no, love the move, obviously.
I really should have pulled Verbeek aside at World Junior Summer Showcase if I wanted to have my nose rearranged for me and be like, so how much input did the marketing team have on your draft choice?
Seriously, because it was done clearly like a year ago, that all this content.
They actually got him to fake all of these injuries. He's been healthy this whole time.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that there's a sneaky all-name team kid that also he's going to Providence next year. I think he's playing in Barrie in the OHL. Sneaky all-name team that I hate that we missed out on earlier. Bo Jelsma. Big fan of that one. I don't know why, but it's Bo Jelsma. Yeah, it's always every time it's in the broadcast, I just be like,
it's always sunny in Barrie.
There you go. But yeah, now you got Roger McQueen. So you lose Trevor Connolly, lose all the upside. You bring in some player with some similar, if not potentially even more upside, and Roger McQueen, and he's the center. So, but yeah, no, I think it'll be good for him again, especially. Say it every time, the schedule is always gonna be good for a guy that just had a crazy injury riddled season.
And then we've got the ELC signed Matthew Schaefer. Every expectation is that this guy is going to be playing for the Islanders this year. I have opinions. Z, what do you think?
Well, I think he's certainly good enough to make the team. Again, barely played any hockey the last 2 years. So, I mean, yeah, I usually they try to get those done. So, like, it's either going to be the OHL or NHL, obviously. Usually anyone that gets signed that high. I mean, you expect any first overall pick.
Is this guy not primed, like the perfect candidate for go play in college instead of OHL?
Well, yeah, that was like, I mean, people were wondering if he's going to do it, but I mean, I would imagine them signing him is just their way of being pretty, well, hopefully very confident that he's going to make the team out of camp and stick. Again, it's going to be, just going to see, can he make it happen? It's going to be an interesting team that he's on. We'll see who he's playing with, how many minutes a night he gets out the gate. But I mean, again, he is just an super intelligent player, obviously a ridiculous skater, but plays such an advanced game. We'll see. I mean, it's not going to be a foot speed issue. He's decent size, but again, you never really know how a super young defenseman is going to fit in day one. So we'll find out. And I mean, again, just because every time we bring up Schaefer, I have to mention he's barely eligible for his own draft year. Again, a week and a half away from being eligible for this upcoming draft, which is nuts if he actually makes the team, assuming full health, and plays 82 games. That's
real, dude.
That'd be crazy.
He's going to make the team. He's
going to.
Yeah. I just, like, had he played a normal season last year, I probably wouldn't even be talking about this, but you've got the fact that he didn't play last year.
Mm-hmm.
Hardly at all. The age, which you just mentioned. And he's a defenseman. How many times have we talked about this? Like, it's totally different if this is a first overall pick center. It's a defenseman. And I have no doubt that he has the talent to make the team. They look at it, they're like, oh, shit, we just got rid of Dobson, and look at that. Perfect replacement. Don't ruin this kid. Please don't ruin this kid. And I know they're invested enough in him that they're not going to pull the New York Rangers bullshit where they ruin every single prospect that they have, but I really think this guy needs to play. I would have said college or major junior, but apparently it's going to be major junior or bust. Mateo even brought this up before the show, and I'll give him full credit. But the thought is, like, why not let this kid play OHL? Or was he's OHL? Yeah, he's OHL. Play OHL up until World Juniors, play World Juniors, come out of that, and if you've proven it, you're healthy, you're ready, jump into the NHL at that point. Like, the kid has the talent. I think he's got the right head on his shoulders. It's just he is young. He is not physically developed, and he just missed almost a full year of hockey. That is not the ideal scenario to bring this kid in, especially when you're a team that, let's be real, the Islanders are competing for a playoff spot. It's kind of a juggling match between how do we prioritize his development properly versus we need to fucking win games. Right? It's different than Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith being thrown in. It's like, yeah, we don't give a shit if we win games or not. Let's go out there and learn and develop and get the right ice time. So I'm really torn on this because, again, the talent's there. I just don't know that he is physically matured to the point of being ready to be an NHL player at the age of 18 on the blue line. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like, it's also possible, who knows, like, gets a couple games in, and if they don't feel confident in giving him more than 10 minutes a night in the NHL, then at that point, like, before you hit the 9-game threshold, they may end up back in the OHL again. And I don't think that's like, that'd be, like, worst case or anything like that. So, like, I thought, like, usually before this year, before the last year and a half, once the CHL NCAA rule just thing changed or whatever, like, anytime a kid was there drafted early, they're gonna try to sign you right away anyways. So, like, this normally up until this offseason would have been typical. It probably would have happened earlier, like the second that he was eligible to sign that contract, it probably would have. But you know, I do think they're confident that he does make that blue line. And I just, like, pulled up their blue line. It sucks. So
does it though?
It's not great. I mean,
they have one pairing that I love.
One.
Yes, but that's like, that is your pairing that, if it's your quote unquote first pair, yeah, there's no offense there, but, like, they're accomplishing what they need to accomplish. And if they somehow end up being your second pairing, you're in a great spot. I won't speak to their third pairing, but, like, it's not, if you look at the league, this isn't a bottom 5 blue line.
Yeah, I mean, again, they have one defense. They have one pair that I'm like, that's good, and then 2 other ones that I'm like, oh
man, if only they could, like, trade 2 second-round picks to bring in a guy like Devon Taves. Can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
No one would ever trade him for that, though.
No, that would never happen. Man, we gotta talk because I just pulled up daily faceoffs, like their projected lines.
There's nothing more fun than daily faceoffs summer projected lines.
Yeah, well, that's why, like, the D pairs that are projected right now, the first projected pair is Romanov and D'Angelo, and I'm just, like, in my head picturing them rolling those 2 out there for like 28 minutes a night. Just Pellick and Bullock are playing like 14, and they're just getting doubled up by D'Angelo. Oh fuck! But, like, I don't know why. It's like every time I pull up the fucking the projected, I keep
forgetting that D'Angelo's there.
Well, every time God, daily faceoff just makes you laugh. Like, every time I pull it up in the summer, I'm just like, what the fuck is that? Like, who came up with this? And it's like updated 8 minutes ago. Like, all right, sure.
8 minutes ago. Frank Saravalli came in and did it himself.
Yeah. But either way, I was wondering if Schaefer would end up going the college route. Sounds like the Islanders are pretty confident he's going to make the NHL, and he's healthy, fully healthy now. I mean, he looked good watching him. The shifts that I watched him from the summer showcase. I mean, he's flying around there again. He's just fucking ridiculous. But
again, he's in a weird spot where, like, he's too good for the OHL, understandably, but I'm just not convinced he's there outside of the talent for the NHL, because the talent isn't all it takes, especially on the blue line. As a forward, it's different. It is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, at that point, it's like, if he's played 12 minutes a night, but, like, looks fine and is more than fitting in, do you still send him back so he can play like 25 minutes by the OHL, or would you rather have him play NHL schedule and play like 12 minutes a day? I honestly don't know the answer.
I mean, I don't hate the idea of playing him on the third pairing and giving him power play quarterback responsibilities and just, like, seeing how he grows throughout the season. I'm not convinced they're going to bring him in to do that. I think they're going to give him more because of, dude, look at what they've done to market this kid. This is a team that's marketed no one since Lou Lamoriello showed up, and now they're like, oh, we can do whatever we want, and we got this shiny new toy. Let's promote the shit out of him.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very different New York Islanders team, though. It's going to be fun to see. You hear everyone say that particular center that people have coveted for some time from the island has an abundance of personality, like is made for television, and he has been absolutely sheltered because Lou doesn't like fun. I also love that the only thing Jeff Merrick cares about is that a certain player that's always bearded can finally be bearded again because he does not recognize him clean shaven. I agree with him, but it's funny that it's his like number one thing.
That
like,
rocks.
Isn't it crazy though? Like I don't recognize him without facial hair. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Hold on, I gotta pull it up now. The stark difference is insane.
It is crazy. It's almost Burns, Minnesota versus Burns, San Jose.
Yeah, no, it is. It's like one of those ones where you forget he has a face.
Yes, Mateo, you got it in the private chat.
Yeah. Paul Mary, yeah, no, the first one I saw his bare face, I was just like, nope, put that, get rid of that. Then it was not allowed to. Also, what was the new title that they gave Lamoriello? It is like the funniest
title. He doesn't
title.
have a title, does he?
Oh, he does.
No, I thought
it's like
they
special
parted ways because he didn't want to accept a different title. So he is still with the Islanders?
I thought he still had the it's like special advisor to like the fucking owner.
See, like, I thought they offered that and he didn't want it.
Yeah, probably. That's probably what I remember. But in my head, he took it.
I mean, there wasn't anything formal. It's just like, you got to assume they went to Lou and said, hey, you're not going to run shit, but we do want you still here. Like, we're not trying to kick you to the curb. And he's like, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he actually has that type of in my head.
We're Googling it right now.
Funny. No, I don't think he does.
Lou Lamoriello.
The amount of fucking pictures that people keep posting of random people at Logan Airport and just saying that the Bruins are trading for them drives me insane.
Yeah, he has nothing for 25-26 on his EP.
Yeah, I know. I think someone made a joke about it like at the beginning of summer, and then I was like, yep, I'm deciding that's true.
I mean, yeah. All right. Mateo is telling us we need to move on to talk about projected World Junior rosters. I believe, Mateo, correct me if I'm wrong, these are coming from one Scott Wheeler of The Athletic. Initial thoughts here, Z, on what's being presented.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, initial reaction is like, this is Canada's tournament to lose. That being said, Team USA and Sweden, they're still bringing a decent enough team, but like at every single position, Team Canada has like one of the better players in that position at this tournament. Like, I think when I look at like USA, like someone like James Higgins is going to have to do a ton of heavy lifting. The defense looks different, and on the goaltending is just a massive difference. Like the fact that Team Canada, for the first time, they're going to have probably potentially three of the better options at goaltender. And the fact that they listed Ravensburger as the extra is still fascinating to me. Jack Ivankovic has just been a Team Canada guy somehow over Ravensburger forever. Might have something to do with the fact like
Nisha does not want George to be the goalie, by the way. He's very on record, like, please, anyone but him.
Yeah, well, they've got 3 of the best options anyway, so they can't really lose.
Now, my question is, as we look at this roster, so first on the Haggins piece, before we get into the USA projected roster, I feel like that is a good thing for a player like that to be like, yeah, I get to put this shit on my back. I get to go prove myself after I fell to 7. Fuck all of you. And he's going to go out there and light shit on fire. Whereas, like, you look at this roster, you've got to try and balance playing time at least at some level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still sitting here. I know it's not going to happen. I do think that some of these lines are going to be shifted a bit, and this is a way too early projection anyways. And it's not a criticism, but I need, deep in my bones, I need Caden Lindstrom to be centering a first line with Gavin McKenna and Ryder Ritchie.
Yeah.
I need the Tiger line.
Yeah.
And I'm being serious. I think that if Caden Lindstrom plays the way we think he could going into his college year and he stays healthy, he very well could be their 1C.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see what he looks like. I don't know. It's going to be tough to beat out Berkeley Cat. Berkeley Cat, like what he did the last couple of years in the dub, but specifically last year, it was.
I know he's one of your guys too.
He was outrageous in the dub last year. So
are you going to be a Seattle Kraken guy, by the way? They've got Catton, who's your guy. They got O'Brien, who's your guy.
All right, let's throw a third team in this fucking podcast.
No. I'm not on that wagon with you. Their jerseys are sick.
No,
I do actually know their Zamboni driver, by the way. Played lacrosse with them in high school.
All right, they're okay.
He would definitely come on and talk to us too at any point.
That would be a great guest. All right, we got the Kraken Zamboni guy.
Dude, he was my high school lacrosse goalie, which that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Awesome dude, but like, dude, if you're gonna let people whip that fucking ball at you full speed with limited pads, he wore the bare minimum pads. Bless his soul. Shout out Matt Dahl.
Future guest.
So we'll get him on here the week that we play Seattle.
Yeah.
I will do, as long as they're not playing that Monday, I will get him on.
But just looking at the Team Canada roster again, the fact that Keaton Verhoff potentially, I mean, I would imagine he probably does make this team. Last year, one of the few times we saw Schaefer make this team as a draft eligible, it's incredibly difficult to do, especially for Team Canada. But the last few years, they've obviously brought a couple guys that were eligible.
I am curious, how many guys on this roster right in front of you do you think aren't on the team because they end up playing in the NHL? Like Schaefer stands out right away as like, well, if he's playing for the Islanders, he's not going to be here. Anyone else that you think has that kind of potential path?
I mean, like potentially Sam Dickinson. I mean, he looked more than NHL ready last year, especially in the dub and just like what he was doing offensively. That being said,
got my other one.
What do the Sharks think? And then Brunicky, I think. Actually, okay. Well, that was. Oh, there we go. Now I'm reading the comment. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Brunicky came close to making the Penguins last year. I would imagine. I don't know. I think Brunicky will
he could make the team this year. He could.
At that point, though, do you want him there?
I ran into Dubas at the summer showcase, and it took everything in me to not ask him about the draft. I'm like, I'm gonna be friendly. It's also very funny because I asked him about the Frozen Four, where I like talked to him and got him to take a picture. Because I was there and credentialed, he definitely did not connect who I was. Yeah. Plus, I didn't have a hat on, so I look very different.
Sure.
He's like, "Oh yeah, were you one of like these scouts?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm not even gonna tell you who I was. Fuck, I'm the guy standing outside the bathroom and asked you for a picture, dude."
Wow, that's quite the come up. Look at you now, pal.
You can ask Isha. He was there. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I just immediately was like, I'm going to cut my losses and not tell you how much of a loser I am. Thank you.
But it is interesting, though. Potentially, there's like you're looking at 3 guys in that projected top 4 that have a decent chance or a pretty good chance of making their NHL teams. I still feel like even if Brunicky made the Penguins, unless they're scared off for the injuries that have, like they might still give him the okay or whatever. Tish barely played any hockey last year. Tish again, so I'd imagine
weird, kind of like Matthew Schaefer.
Kind of like Matthew Schaefer, but that wasn't a first overall pick. But I mean, it is because I think Dickinson makes the Sharks. I think Brunick has a chance of making the Penguins, and I think we're pretty confident that Schaefer makes the Islanders. How happy would the Islanders be to let Schaefer go play World Juniors? I don't know. But it is interesting when 3 of your top 4 projected D pair or Ds here, like, could in theory be on an NHL roster. That being said, they still have plenty of good options. I think they listed Cameron Reed and Ben Danford as extras. You'll be fine. Obviously not the same pedigree as any of those 3. Maybe Brunick is like close, but still 2 solid options. Plus, I mean, I'm sure there's others that aren't even listed here, but we'll see.
Right. So, like, if Ryder Ritchie makes his team, where is he slotting in? Who's he bumping?
Yeah,
Can he play up and down the lineup, or is he kind of slotted into the middle 6?
Yeah, I mean, I think he would be in your middle 6, and I don't think he's taking anyone's spot here. Yeah, no.
I mean, Misa could be with the Sharks. Seneca could be with the Ducks. That's kind of the path I see for him to get in. Or again, if he torches with BU to start the season, there's a conversation.
Right.
And let's be real, dude. That team's good enough. He absolutely could.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
All right. Team USA. Oh, good. They did get the first line correct. I was worried. First line, James Hagens, Teddy Stiga, our boy Brody Zemer. Even though on paper it maybe isn't like the same as that first line for Team Canada, is this the line of the tournament?
Well, I mean, Hagens is one of the few guys outside of Team Canada that's got a real shout at getting player of the tournament. I mean, he fucking popped at the summer showcase. Like, he was extremely noticeable.
Are you with me?
Over the boards.
Are you with me that he's the front runner for the Hobie?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, no, I mean, like a projected top line of Stiga, Hagens, and Zemer is very fun. Like, you have Zemer, who just is like a fucking nonstop workhorse, gives you a little bit of everything, like a big player or a big game player.
Balance than Canada's first line. It really is.
Yeah. And I mean, then you get the one shot on goal that was a gold medal winner in overtime, Teddy Stiga potentially riding shotgun with James Hagens. Very fun. Plus, they've obviously been at BC together for a little bit here, so they've got that going on. And then I thought it was I don't know why the second line having Bednarik and Eisman, like 2 BU guys, 2 Islanders draft picks. They're like, we need to get close as we can to playing 2 guys that have played together for a very long time.
2 BUs.
Yeah. And I mean, what Riker Lee did in this summer showcase too, obviously he stood out, played with Hagens as well. I think he's going to have himself a nice summer. I think he makes the team and plays a ton. But yeah, they're going to be a tough team to play against. The big questions are going to be goaltending. It is a big time drop off from the last couple of years.
Totally. I also can't believe that they have the current starter slated for who they have slated.
Nick Kempf.
I'm not on that train at all. I'm not going to pretend to be a goalie evaluator. I'm not going to pretend that I know who should be the starter. I'm just very confident it shouldn't be him.
Yeah. I
would do lottery ball over him. Like,
Great.
give me one of the other goalies that showed up to the summer showcase. I don't believe in him.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, again, like you're looking at all the options they have, you're like, uh-oh. That's also...
But dude, straight up, like, I won't name names for the summer showcase, but basically someone told me, like, holy shit, did he just prove that he shouldn't be the guy? I'm almost positive he's the guy that Russo watched when they were here playing the Gophers, and he's like, holy shit, this guy looked bad in warmups. And then he got absolutely bludgeoned. I don't have faith. I hope he proves me wrong if he ends up being the guy. I have all the room in my heart to let him redeem himself. As it currently sits, not a supporter. My real question for you, I guess, well, it's twofold, because there's two Gophers that I'm curious about for this roster, especially given who the coach is. First, Jacob Rombach. Do you see him being the 6 or 7 defenseman, or is that out of reach for him?
Probably not. Not necessarily.
Probably not out of reach, or probably not happening.
Probably not happening. I mean, I would imagine like someone like a Blake Fiddler, they'd probably look at. I mean, I guess right shot, left shot would be the difference. I don't know. But I mean, when you look at the two guys that got slated for their third pair, probably not happening. Yeah, I mean, it's possible he's a really fucking good player, and like it is funny just looking at the size of this back end, and then Cole Hudson. I don't know. It's the fact that he's also slotted next to EJ Emery is very funny to me. Again, I mean, they've played together a ton already, but
there's also a name that's missing from this list. And I don't even see him as an extra. Or am I blind? I'm not seeing him on this roster somewhere. Oh no, I lied. He is on the 4th line, it looks like. Spalacy.
Yeah.
That's a guy that I'm like, he's for sure on here. My question, looking at one of the extras, LJ Mooney. This is a kid, there's no doubt of the talent and what he brings. He's going to be playing for this head coach. I weirdly feel like, and it's funny because in our interview with him, which anyone that hasn't checked it out, please go back and listen to LJ Mooney on Fellowship of the Rink, episode 74. But he says the one guy that he's played with before and he has a little bit of chemistry with is Trevor Connolly. If Trevor Connolly's not playing in your top 6, do you want him here? Do you want him on this roster knowing what the bad side of Trevor Connolly is? Would you rather have an LJ Mooney, which I know he's small, and this roster as a full construct is smaller, so you don't want to continue to be small, but like the kid can fucking play.
Yeah, I mean, he can play. He's got ridiculous upside. I mean, I don't think his upside sniffs Connolly's. Like Connolly.
No, but his downside also doesn't sniff Connolly's.
I mean,
Connolly's the guy that's going to take the stupid fucking penalty that loses you the game. Oh wait, he's never done that.
Maybe you still go with. I mean, no, I don't think it's. I think putting in LJ Mooney as an extra is like, yeah, he could make this team because he's that good. He also had a really nice camp, but you're not taking over someone like Trevor Connolly.
Do you agree?
I would love him to make the team
on your 3rd line is scary. No.
I mean, I would like. Fine, last year the World Juniors again. It was the U18s. Obviously, that one was a bad one. Was behaved to Providence last year. I mean, I don't know. I don't think you can like make a decision for a tournament based on that one either. But I don't know. I mean, Max Plant. I mean,
No, dude, Plant's not going anywhere.
yeah, he's not going anywhere. And
yeah,
I mean,
sorry,
I do love that fourth line,
that,
though.
but I think Max Plant is safe, and if anything, he's going to be higher in the lineup than he is here.
Right. I do love the projected fourth line, though. The Horkoff, Vinsaghi, and Spalacy. Just mutants. Yeah, that's fun. Big fan.
I mean, that is a fun mutant line.
Again, I would love to throw LJ Moody in this roster. It'll be tough.
But he's not going on that fourth line. He's got to be in the middle six, or it doesn't make sense. So it's just, I don't know. It's interesting, but again, he stood out in a way that other players didn't. I think Riker Lee stood out in a similar way. And like, obviously I'm not including the first line in this conversation because that first line is not only set, but they looked good. Riker Lee looked really good. Plant didn't play. Outside of that, there's plenty of room for discussion with the rest of these players, except the fourth line is who they are because they're big. They big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, realistically, Team Canada usually uses like the summer camps as like a pretty firm indicator what that roster should look like. Team USA has more flexibility, especially with all the college guys that they have. So, I mean, we'll see. Anything could happen. See how the start of the year goes, but it's going to be tough for them to put LJ Mooney over any of those guys in the middle six as is. Even though it'd be very fun and he rocks.
I mean, Mateo, I don't think that flipping Lee and Connolly solves anything because I think Lee looked better. It's not a matter of just like put a guy here or there. It's just if Connolly's not good enough to play in your top six, I think there have to be real question marks about whether or not he belongs in the lineup because the downside kind of balances out the upside. If he's good enough to be playing in your top six, it's a little different. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't be on the team because I think his talent means like he really should, but that's where you start nitpicking and wondering. And maybe if he's struggling a little bit to start the year, he's a guy that I could see being left off. I'm not voting for it. I just don't think that it's impossible that we see Connolly be left off this roster. Do you think that's borderline impossible?
I would be shocked if he wasn't on this roster.
All
right. Like, I mean, he just is that good, but I don't know. We'll see. But again, like we were saying too, back end still good, a little different. Skahan and Cleaver together is just two absolute mutants. And I mean, they listed Fiddler and Mr. Nope as extras. So,
Mateo, you got to start listing that as KNOPE so we can just go Leslie Nope. We're just going to make this joke get so twisted that no one understands it ananymore.
Still, no one has any clue. They're like, we never really knew what you guys are talking about.
Drushkevich.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
But Mateo's jumped the gun and we're moving on to talk about, I believe, the remaining RFAs that have not yet been signed. And the idea here is we're talking about whether or not this player gets signed, traded, or has a little bit of a holdout scenario going into the season.
Is that what? Okay,
we're not even going to build up to it. We're just jumping right in with Rossi.
Oh, I was like, when you guys said that, I was like, what the fuck is hold in?
Those are you guys. I didn't write that.
I know. I didn't know who wrote it. I just saw it. I was like, what that means. And now I realize it's hold out.
Hold in. It's the same thing. They're holding in because they're still, I don't know.
I've never heard it before. I was like, whoa.
Anyway, sign, trade, or hold. I don't care if it's in or out. Just hold.
Hold. It's going to be all right, dude. Like, we're going to get you millions of dollars. It's going to be okay. I mean, at this point, I do think Rossi ends up with a 1 or 2 year deal. At this point, I don't know what other shoes are to drop other than like, because the trade market obviously was not where they wanted it to be. They fucked over like in the playoffs at the end of the year, and how this like it's just dragged out all summer. The value's not there. Plus, again, the market's not even great anyway. So I'd imagine he signs a 1 or 2 year bridge, and we'll see what the year looks like. But I don't know. I just can't believe that we're here with it still somehow. But I guess I should have known that it wouldn't be a simple one.
Yeah, I genuinely have no idea what to think with him. And I feel like I'm the last person people want to hear an opinion from because there's immense levels of bias. So I'm just sad that today we got an announcement about Bubble Toes instead of Marco. So unfortunate. Thank you, Cosgrove, for defining Holden as where you threaten to fart in the elevator if you don't get paid what you want. Fun. So here's the interesting one, Z. We got McTavish. Is he getting signed, traded, or is he going to hold in/out, depending on what his belly button does?
Yeah, this one I was like borderline shocked that we're here with him too. Like
very weird.
I mean, especially
the second weirdest of the group of 5.
Right. I mean, if they could somehow, if the Wild weren't interested in Rossi and the player that they were looking to like somehow end up would be basically McTavish, I'm like, okay, let's talk. But I mean, I think there was some rumors floating out today about potential trades. Like, the Red Wings were in pretty heavy, I guess. I don't know. The thing that's so weird to me is like he's such a Verbeek type player. Like he's just an absolute bulldog. He can score. Obviously, got solid upside, and like he's gotten better every year. The point total has gone up every year. Even like he was one of the surprises to make the team out of camp, and like I think they played him 8 games, and he still looked really good at those 8 games. Plays in the back. And he probably could have just played the full season his first year, but obviously it didn't go that way. This one, I really can't believe that there's no contract unless he wants out, or I don't know. They're looking to bring in some of the other guys they drafted the last couple of years. Although that being said, with Verbeek, if you look at some of the players they drafted, like this is the ideal like young player for them. But I don't know. This is a weird one.
Is he though? That's my like. I was very shocked to hear that there was any kind of hang up here.
Mm-hmm.
But then you stop and think, look at their center depth. What is their plan going forward? Gotta imagine one of your top draft sons in the past couple of years is their 1C of the future, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Leo Carlson?
Yep.
So, do you want to be this young, and do you want to have McTavish be your 2C, or do you want to move him to the wing? Do you want Terry to be your 2C? Do you have someone else that you've drafted, like a Roger McQueen, that you think is going to be your 2C? Like, you just start asking the questions kind of like we're seeing in Minnesota with Rossi. It's not a matter of, is Rossi good enough to be an NHL center? Like, anyone that questions that is an idiot. Sorry if you're in that camp. It's what's the fit when we're trying to actually compete and contend. And it's got nothing to do with McTavish's abilities. It's just, where does he fit? And if they think their 1-2 in some order is McQueen Carlson, I don't imagine you have McTavish slated for your 3C. Like, that's the only reason I can kind of see it. I don't agree with it, but I can at least see that if that's what Verbeek is rolling through for his thought process, maybe McTavish is a guy that you move because you can get a really good return for him versus paying him good money. But I would prefer, if the Wild aren't going to keep Rossi and they're not going to keep some kind of trade that involves Rossi for McTavish, I can get on board with. That'll make me feel way less shitty about Rossi leaving. I'm still not going to feel good about it, but I can be convinced.
I mean, yeah, I still think, even with all that stipulated, like it's a lot of eggs for them to put in the basket of those young guys. Like,
I'm trying to talk myself into understanding it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it makes sense. Like, I just think, like, also, if you need McTavish to play the wing, he can play the wing. Like, he could just be a fucking, like, power forward from the wing, too. Like, he is, like, he's just shown that he is a very good NHL player on a really shitty hockey team. He's been playing top six for a couple of years. He played it mostly center last year. I think he only played a few games at wing, but he can play wing. He has played it before. Even, like, Leo Carlson could play wing. Like, that, there are more than enough options. And plus, if you want to sign him to a contract and, like, still deal at some point, unless whatever, he's not signing anything without a bunch of no move, no trade, whatever. That's still an option too, but, like, we don't really know when McQueen's gonna be able to come in and help you in your top six anyways. So I don't know. To me, this one's just, like, kind of mind blowing that it's not done yet, and there has been as many hangups as there has been.
Are there rumors of what he's asking for, or, like, what the holdup is, or is it just they're not agreeing? Because, like, Rossi, we know what he wants and what they're offering. Do we know what the McTavish situation is?
Don't know.
I don't know a Ned. Oh, Ed.
Just watching clips from that 2022, the whole sequence up to his gold medal OT winner for Canada versus Finland was insane. Or, well, even he didn't score, but the goal line save. Anyways, yeah, this one I don't get it. I think I don't even. It sounds like he's getting traded, which mind blowing. But here we are.
Get him, Billy. Get him. All right, here's number one. I guess, like, it's surprising, but it's also, like, whatever. We know this is going to happen. How funny would it be, though, if he just got traded to Vancouver?
It's in the works, baby.
Sorry, for the podcast listeners, the image displayed is Luke Hughes of the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, another one. Don't get it at all. Like, how? I mean, I imagine that it gets done. Obviously, like.
But the question again is, what's he asking for?
Why is it like? Why is it nothing being like? Unless it's this literally fucking Rutherford doing the tampering of all tampering, like, just being a prick. Like, somehow has this held up. It's insane to me that we're here with him. I would imagine he ends up signing a big ticket, but at this point, maybe he doesn't, because this is, like, I mean, we are in August. I just, like, don't really, like, these three. I just don't understand how it even doesn't, like, how this doesn't get done immediately. I don't know. I think it's young studs. They should be done.
The trade is 2 for 2. Pettersson for Hughes.
Oh,
the trade is 2 for 2. Pettersson for Hughes.
Well, there could be 3. You need a third now, because Vancouver has 3.
Tell you what, I think they would accept it. 3 Petterssons for 2 Hughes to complete the trifecta Hughes gauntlet. All 3 Petterssons end up in New Jersey. Who loses?
Can you imagine the reaction from New Jersey?
It'd be bad. All 3 of their plugged-in fans would be furious.
For 2 fucking alive Petterssons and a Marcus, that's insane.
Although Wyshynski's reaction would be worth it.
That's true.
Yeah, this one, I mean, it's going to get done. I don't know what the situation is, if he's just asking for way too much, or if they're just, like, if it's posturing or they're trying to figure shit out. I do think, I don't know. Am I overblowing it because I have not watched nearly as much New Jersey Devils as others have. He's been good. Has he been like great? Has he been what he's been billed to be? Do you think?
He's been excellent.
Huh?
Like, he's been really fucking good. Yeah.
He's been that good though?
Well, how? Like,
To the point where this contract dispute makes sense?
I don't know what the fuck. I haven't seen anything about what they've offered or what they haven't offered.
Yeah, that's the
I've
problem.
seen
I
that.
wish I knew the numbers so I could understand if it made sense, but I'm just like sitting here like, he's good. Every team wants him, but like, is he that good? I just don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
think
not even a matter of
he's-
is he that good. It's has he done it?
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, especially offensively, put up the same like point totals as Brock that year. I think last year too, actually. But
Is which brother?
I said Brock. He put up the same offensive numbers as Brock Faber.
Oh, right. But he's supposed to put up offensive numbers, and Brock Faber isn't.
Right. I'm not giving him 9.5. So I'm telling you. But like,
Right. Okay.
If
So,
he
okay.
signed for 8, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
I would
long-term ticket at
understand
8,
it based on potential, not based on what's been proven. Would you agree?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, and no, I'm not trying to fight here. I'm like genuinely curious what you think, because do I think that he could absolutely in the next year or two prove to be like a bargain, just like his brother at an $8 million AAV? Yes. Do I think what he's done so far says he's an 8 million AAV player? Not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, it's for like any player that's played fewer than 3 or 4 years in the league. You can't obviously if you set a big ticket, that's obviously
Totally
what the future is going to be in there right now. But like even right now, he's been a stud.
But yeah, we'll see what happens there. But that's like, in my mind, it's done. They're just figuring out how to make it work in the background.
Yeah.
This is the only one of the group that I'm like, yeah, this is going to be fine. Next one up, Connor Zary. Is this guy getting signed, traded? Is he going to hold out / hold in?
I can't. The hold in, I just can't get. But I don't think I can support this. I'm not going to get behind it. I've never heard it before, and I don't like change. I say as we are an hour and a half into our change start time.
Holding hands.
Yeah, I would imagine he signs a decent little short-term ticket. Actually, I mean, I don't even know what Flames contract situation looks like right now, the cap space, but decent player. Unless he's going to be a part of like some massive package for something, which I don't really see happening. I would imagine he ends up staying on a short-term ticket, but I like the player though.
I mean, what if they packaged him with like a stud defenseman for, say, a Matthew Tkachuk?
They should probably try to do that. I keep fucking seeing like graphics of that trade pop up, and I'm like, I get it. Shut the fuck up, though. I can't do this every 5 minutes.
Lazy.
It really is. Like, it really is. If you're just gonna continue doing this to us.
I will admit, when it happened, I'm like, holy shit, that's a lot for Matthew Tkachuk. He's the best player in the deal, but holy shit, that's a lot to give up. And wow, did it work out. I won't sit here and pretend that I'm like, oh yeah, this is an absolute steal for the Florida Panthers, but also it's a weird one to like victory lap and be like, ha, old takes exposed. Like, no, like this was a possibility from the get-go. Is it a bummer that Huberdeau has very much not delivered? And granted, he was better last year, but it certainly doesn't help that he's making buku bucks and not exactly living up to it.
Yeah.
It's way less about what Tkachuk has done than it is what Huberdeau has not done.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and just what the Panthers as a whole, like, in how obviously he was the focal point of that team for a lot of reasons, but I mean, what they've done since he's got there is fucking insane. It's like they can't stop going to the Stanley Cup.
I mean, how many games has he even played?
Got hurt last couple of years, but
no, I will say he is right now. I don't think it's a stretch to say that he is the most influential player in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
He got his out of shape dad on the cover of the special edition video game. So like,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I do love that they had Big Walt sit down and literally rate both boys for all the different skills categories for the game. Like, what would you give each of them for this? And he ranked all of them. Very funny.
This was the one. I'm trying to see if this was, because I remember seeing there's a couple quotes about like the Zary negotiations. I think it was something like the Flames were looking to get him done for something like 2 or 3 years, 3.5 million. The player wanted somewhere closer to 4. I think that was Zary.
Did we miss a player? We definitely missed a player, Mateo. Disappointed in you.
Whoops.
He made the list.
All right. We could in that case, let's move right along.
Although it's a Duluth alum, so do they really count?
Wyatt Kaiser.
That's exactly who it is.
Yeah, I know. That's another one I was surprised didn't get done yet, but I mean, Chicago Bears. There you go. It's Duluth, Chicago. Fucking man, is he real?
Damn it! You just took me to a Daniel Tosh stand-up that isn't PC, so I won't repeat it.
I don't think Holtz got signed yet, did he?
Oh no, but that's definitely not who Noah was talking about there.
I wasn't even looking.
Oh.
But anyways, whatever. We can move on.
Well, we should go off of that comment that Mateo removed really fast. The Cullen family has committed to the Gophers, and it is the best feeling ever. I am so happy. It's incredible. St. Cloud's down bad. What's it say if the family lineage of Matt Cullen never considered St. Cloud? Now, granted, the team is down bad. They haven't been great of late, but I wonder how much of this has to do with the school and our boys Vigo and Jupe over on Gopher Puck Live. Like, they've talked about this plenty. Like, I don't know how long St. Cloud State is going to last as an institution. Like, the hockey team could outlast the university. At which point do we just see like St. John's do the St. Thomas and go D1 and be like, yeah, we'll just take over the St. Cloud facilities. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, obviously that probably does play a massive role in it.
Jupe says 5 to 7 years they're gonna fold.
Yeah, it does suck. They were always just like, we're up until like literally last couple of years. It was always fun. They were just somehow just like punching above their weight. But like, I mean, obviously they had some legit players. And that barn is messy. Like, that place is nuts.
Like,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Wrong. Like, when it comes down to it and like it's head to head, like, fuck them, go Gophers, but like good fans. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Passionate fans. They pack that rink. It's a really good environment up there at the old Herbie rink. It's a bummer.
Father Pat was fired up.
I don't want to see them fold. That would suck. Man. But if it means that the Gophers get the Cullens, like, see you later, St. Cloud.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you should go off about the Cullens in Minnesota.
I'm just so happy that it happened. And it's very funny that like the same day that I definitely struggle with the name. So I believe Wyatt committed. The same day, Brooks decommits from Michigan State, commits to the Gophers, and we all just assume that Joey's going to follow suit, and it's going to be very fun. I need to talk to Matt Cullen about this so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I need the insight and the input, and also I just love Matt Cullen.
Yeah, beauty.
Such an unsung hero of that Pittsburgh back-to-back. Like, he is your dream 4C for so many reasons. I loved him. Him and the HBK line, that's why the Penguins win back-to-backs. And the player that everyone says sucks, Matt Murray. Mateo, I love that Wyatt committing leaked that Brooks was decommitting. Yeah, exactly. That is my thing. And yeah, the W Cullen on the jersey was the perfect bit to get everyone just getting angry. But yeah, that I won't pretend. I'm absolutely fucking thrilled. Big supporter of just the whole Cullen lineage. I always, for the AA tournament for Minnesota high school hockey, cheer for Moorhead. I mean, how do you not cheer for Blaze Orange potatoes? Like, come on. Also, fuck Edina.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers. Yeah, I'm just thrilled. Beyond thrilled. The Cullens, Conboy, McLaughlin, all three Minnesota recruits have dads that played at St. Cloud. Something is terribly wrong in St. Cloud, or Bob is just in his bag, and fans need to shut up and leave him alone. The amount of fans that hate and want Bob Motzko fired blows my mind. I'm not going to pretend that there's like zero room for criticism, because like I've criticized things, but by and large, if you're not thrilled that Bob Motzko's at the helm for the Gophers, that's your problem. You need to seek help and sort that out. That's not my problem. Good luck.
I'm trying to because I think it was Schlossman that was posting.
He's the
about,
one that broke it, yeah.
But then but I think it was he broke the or broke whatever that they getting that commit, and then I think he like quote tweeted himself. He goes, "Oh, and by the way, yeah, the other one's happening too, obviously."
Well, no, I think he like broke Wyatt, then said like, "By the way, brother Brooks is committed to Michigan State," and then quotes that later and is like, "Yeah, never mind."
Yeah. He's like, by the way, we are fully expecting he will be decommitting and then committing to Minnesota, which is very funny.
Unpopular opinion: I will take the Cullens over any CHL player. Thank you. Come again.
Sure.
Unless it's Kashan Aitchison, because I want him here so fucking bad. Oh, make it happen, Bob. Please, 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 please. What's a head spud? Why do we want more? Oh, Cosgrove. Z, we've got a real quick, just because I think it'll be a fun thing to throw in for this week's Fellowship of the Rink. We interviewed Buzz Schneider and John Harrington for this week's episode, pretty much talking about Team USA top to bottom. Some interesting stories, my favorite of which is actually a matter of one player for Team USA not participating in the fabled again skates, the Herbies nonstop after one of the exhibition games. Worth listening. I'm curious from your perspective, because we asked them like, hey, like, what'd you think about the movie? Anything that was missing? What are the best moments or the things that you like reminisce on regularly from the Disney depiction of Miracle?
I mean, just every time how's it looking out there? He just goes, a lot of guys from Boston and Minnesota. And it was just like, yeah, that'll work. Like, all right. Anytime that Jack O'Callahan talks, I just start laughing.
O'Callahan's the greatest.
I'm like, I feel like I could just like open my window right now, and I'm like, he's right there.
Harrington actually has a good story about him and OC in the training room after the Finland game. So again, another reason to listen to the interview. I don't know. The one that I always go to immediately is Coxie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Ralph Cox.
Isn't it obvious for the girls?
It's one of the most quoted hockey movie quotes ever. Yeah.
That's a really good one, but weirdly, it not as much for me anymore. But like when it came out in my first couple rewatches, the Cone headline just shoot, pass, and score. Shoot, pass, and score.
Mm-hmm.
That always rung with me.
Always gets, yeah.
And then I'll take your test.
That's so weird. I was like, oh, you want to take your test?
I'll take the fucking test, Tab. I want the guy that didn't take the test. He's like, oh.
That was weird. That was literally the one that I was about to come out of my mouth next, and then you started saying it. I was literally about to go, you want me to take your test? I'll take your test. No. Oh, they're going to take that test. Yep. Or there's also OC when they're watching film of the Russians, and he's just like, the show's like, do they ever smile? He goes, they're Russian. They get shot if they smile. I was like,
that's a very good one.
I forgot Disney let that one in there.
No, that was the Disney version of what he actually said.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, big fan. But yeah.
God.
I don't know.
Great movie. I will say I'm not with the majority of like, oh, it's the greatest hockey movie ever. I think it's the greatest hockey moment ever, arguably. I'll forever die on the sword of my favorite hockey movie is most people's like third or fourth favorite hockey movie at best. I'm obsessed with Mystery Alaska.
I was going to say, is it Mystery Alaska? Yeah, it's right there.
Most people will say in either order, Miracle and Slapshot. Some people will mix in a Youngblood. Some people throw in, oh man, why can't I think of the Isha movie with Sean William Scott?
Oh.
Goon?
Oh, Goon?
Yep.
I think it's funny if you are not expecting a good movie, because like there's a lot of really funny fucking lines.
No, it's a good movie. It's just like
rule number one.
I'm taking Mystery Alaska over.
Yeah. Rule number one. Don't touch my fucking Percocets. Rule number two. Do you have any Percocets?
Yes. Well, but what's the best line of Mystery Alaska?
I don't know. You tell me.
I got arguably two, but my number one is I have a toy pony. He takes big shits. But I also like just the back and forth between Russell Crowe and Tree. Just being like, am I a big guy, Tree? Yeah, Johnny. No, I'm not a big guy. You're a big guy.
I just love Tree and the whole Tree character. I'm like, yeah, he fucking rules. No bad moments.
He looks like Victor Hedman. He is Victor Hedman.
He is Victor Hedman.
I will hear no argument against it. He is Victor Hedman.
Yeah. Yep.
Too good. Now, we can pivot off that. I have one. This is one that's going to bother people.
Oh, boy.
Don't care. Because it needs to be put out into the universe, because on a different podcast, and again, I don't care if you love or hate Barstool or Dave Portnoy. Pardon My Take is the greatest podcast that has graced this earth. It entertains me weekly. They're incredible. They're geniuses. They talked about the potential of, in the NFL, you're like not at all contractually obligated to play in the playoffs. So the idea of a holdout in the playoffs. for a contract. My question is,
can you imagine every fucking old hockey fans react? I mean, realistically, 97% of the hockey fans, including me, I'd probably lose my shit.
well, I'm about to throw a big one at you. Minnesota Wild.
Great.
Can't get Kirill Kaprizov signed before the season. They decide they're not going to trade him before the trade deadline because either the offers aren't reasonable or they're just like, nope, we're convinced we're going to get this done. You get to the playoffs and he says, I'm not going to play. I don't want to risk hurting myself before I get my life-changing contract. What the fuck do you do then? And in the NHL,
What do you mean?
are you contractually obligated to play in the playoffs? Are you? I don't know,
No.
because technically
You don't get
you're
paid.
not
You don't
getting
get paid. You're not getting paid.
You don't get paid. I just don't know what the obligation is to participate. I don't know.
Well, they can say that whenever they want. Yeah, I mean,
I could see. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm saying it's not 0%.
I would say knowing Kirill Kaprizov and
If there's no contract in place yet,
I don't know why the fact that you are even putting this into
because someone's going to go to Russo and say, "Hey, by the way, this podcast said that Kaprizov won't play in the playoffs. What do you think?"
It's gonna get another text from Russo. What the fuck are you guys doing?
It's like, please stop.
Sorry.
My live shows are ruined forever.
Sorry, bro.
I'm not saying this is likely. I'm not saying
the chance of that happening is 0%.
It's not 0.
Yes, it is. It is fucking 0%. Also, your question of what do you do now? I'm like, I don't know, lose every game. Like, yes, probably. I have a nagging suspicion you're not
scared
winning.
I am of them entering the season without a contract. If you get past the first game of the season and there's no contract, you have to trade him. You have to. You cannot risk him leaving for nothing. It is the absolute. I just don't know. You can't. You cannot stomach it. You can't.
I mean, it's not great. This is a crazy thing to throw out there. Sitting out in the playoffs.
Right. Why do you think I saved it for the end?
Oh God, you're a serial killer for saying that. But again, I do like that the framing of the question finished with, what do you do? It's like, I don't know. Stop, I guess, like white towel.
It's tough. He does have a no move. See? Cole's with me.
0% chance.
What will you do if he holds out of a playoff game?
Venmo him. I don't know. It'd be funny. It'd be a really funny move.
Like when everyone Venmo'd Hartman for his fine. Like,
yeah.
Kirill, please play. I will buy your Billy Sushi this week. Just play.
Yeah.
He's like, little do you know, my Billy Sushi order is $10,000. So pony up. All right, we have to end then, Z, on our new weekly staple, Book of Mammoth. Which has not been thrown up. Oh, there we go. Book of Mammoth. So first and foremost, I have to say, I was a bit of a pussy. Bill Armstrong was at World Junior Summer Showcase. Never had a great moment to pull him aside and see if he'd jump on with us. Planned to on the Saturday at the end of the tournament. And of course, I wasn't even able to go Saturday besides quickly banking the interview with Kiviharju because my kid decided that was the week that he was going to go through his first major sleep regression at 19 months. So my son is to blame because I had every intention. It's really easy to pretend that I was going to do it. I told myself that I would talk to him, but alas, nothing happened. Anyone that didn't listen though, the PDO cast. We mentioned it before. Bill Armstrong went on with Dmitry Filipovich, and it was a very good talk. Like, Bill Armstrong's very candid. I just want to know what it is about people that are over 6'4" that infatuates him so much. I don't know if you had a chance to look, Z. There were 2 prospects that we actually had a listener comment in and say, hey, what about these 2? You're like, I can look into this. I'm assuming you didn't.
No, of course not. I don't even remember who he was talking about.
So we'll move past that. I apologize to that one listener. We will get to it eventually. My question for the Utah Mammoth for this week's installment of Book of Mammoth: how do we feel about Karel Vejmelka as the number 1 goalie? Is this the guy that's going to be their guy for the next handful of years, or do they need to level up at that position?
Well, I mean, the nice thing is he's locked up till 2030, less than $5 million. We know, like, any league, like across the league outside of like Gibson, any teams that were looking for goaltenders were like trying to pry him out of then Arizona, now Utah. I mean, like, the numbers that he was putting up on some of those complete dog shit fucking Coyotes teams are really impressive. And he's managed to stay healthy, obviously, for the most part. So, I mean, I think he's a fine, like, starter. Is he like a cup winner? I don't know, probably not. But he's never even been behind a team that's remotely close to being a cup contender, anyways. So, you would probably want them to go out and get someone that looks more like a 1B. I'm trying to remember, because there was Ingram and Vanacek that's there now. You know, I don't know. Like, you don't want him playing more than like 55 games, probably. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely worth going out and picking up another potential borderline 1B, unless you think Vanacek or Ingram is that guy. But yeah, he's a starting goaltender. Then he's put up good numbers on bad teams, so it's pretty impressive.
I don't think we need him to be a cup winner necessarily yet. We need him to just be a guy that's capable in the postseason to not lose you a series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And idea for Mateo, if we're gonna be consistent with referring to this as Book of Mammoth, we should somehow work in the verbiage of the spoked sermon.
Sure.
I saw you light up. You seemed interested.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's for sure. Oh, wait, was one of the kids Gabe Smith?
It was one of them.
Does that sound right?
Yep. I can
Big
pull
boy.
up the other one right now. Hang on.
Was it Tanner Ludke? I don't think so.
It was not Ludke.
I was going to
Is
say.
Ludke a prospect for them?
Yeah, you didn't know
Oh,
that.
hell yeah. That rocks. Another Gopher. Here we go. No, let me pull it up for you real quick. We got it in the YouTube comments. It is
Ludwig Janssen? No, I think
Huh?
I ranked him. I think I ranked Ludwig Janssen.
I think someone else commented on Janssen. Now I've got to hang on. We are gonna figure this out.
This is the good stuff, folks.
Gabe Smith and Thomas Lavoie.
Oh, right. No, I fuck.
Coming from Marty Phelps, 970. Shout out Marty.
Yeah, I mean, I really, really like Gabe Smith. He's a 6'5" center from Moncton, power forward, hits everything that moves.
That fits the Bill Armstrong mold.
I was gonna say he's a middle, bottom six type player that started putting up some decent numbers. I want to say last couple of years, but they took him. I think he was like a third or fourth rounder in 2024. I should probably have checked before I just said it out
Jupe
loud.
is right. The only reason I wanted to go on Saturday was for post-game beers with him and Viggs, but that's beside the point.
But yeah, I mean, Gabe Smith, given the frame and how he plays. I think he's got a future as a bottom six forward that can give you some good points, really good in front of the net. Let's see. I actually started, I think I had a document of notes on potentially 95% of their prospects, but
There's not
Tyler
LeVar.
Laval, I think he's like a big right shot demon. I think it was Cape Breton. Was it Cape Breton that he fucking? I should have known this. But I think he was a third rounder in 2024. Pretty good move for his size. Obviously, they 6'4", so it's like a top 10 pick for Bill Armstrong. But good puck mover, can transport himself. Decent skater for a guy that's 6'4", but definitely more of your defensive defenseman. But another guy that plays a pretty projectable game, pretty smart. So yeah, no, I like Tommy Laval.
There we have it. That's a abbreviated Book of Mammoth. We need comments from any of the Mammoth faithful out there. What do you want to know?
No, that's right. Because Tommy Laval actually popped off offensively this year compared to his draft season. He was almost at a point per game.
What hat are you wearing?
My dad's college hat, Northern Michigan.
Okay, I saw Michigan and I'm like, fuck you, but Northern Michigan, that's okay.
Dude, was it last year? It was like the season starts in 8 weeks, and Northern Michigan currently has 11 players committed to their hockey team. I was
They're in a weird spot.
I was like, that's going to be trouble. So I don't know if that'll work.
Yeah, NMU was struggling just a touch.
They were unbelievable when my dad was in college.
They've been interesting. We'll say that. But yeah, anyone that hasn't checked out so far on Fellowship of the Rink, last couple of episodes, we've got LJ Mooney, we've got Aaron Kiviharju. This week, dropping, I believe, Wednesday, worst case Thursday, will be Buzz Schneider and John Harrington. Good combo interview. Next week should be Devin Dubnyk. Following that, we actually had a couple of Gopher sit down with us at the alumni golf tournament. Did kind of rapid fire questions about Gophers in golf. We had Paul Martin, Nick Angel. We had, I'm spacing on the third name, and now I feel like a jerk. And then we also had Brock Faber, which is really all that anyone listening is going to care about. Tune in, check that out. Coming weeks, we got a lot more fun stuff planned for the season. I can't wait until we get out of this summer doldrums because we'll be back on our game. But right now we are literally just trying to come up with things to talk about and keep you guys entertained. So if you have questions or topics you want us to dive into, please let us know, because right now we are just doing everything we can to keep our heads above water with zero news. Thanks, Bill Guerin, for not signing Kaprizov and Rossi. Thanks for signing Jack Johnson. I don't know what we're supposed to do with this. We just need to figure out something. Give us something on any of these fronts. Please. Please.
Now, just because I was like, I'm trying to remember the names of the guys that were playing on Northern Michigan. My dad was there because that's when they won the national championship. And he was obviously like the 2 years that they were like the best team. Dude, in 1 year, they had this dude, Bill Joyce, 40 games, 41 goals, 96 points. And then fucking Steve Bozak 2 years in a row, 44 games with 35 goals and 90 points. Then 41 games, 42 goals, 89 points. And then just an all-time name, because he also killed people, Jeff Pyle. Jeff Pyle. I don't know why, but I really enjoy that name. But anyways, if anyone was wondering, we wanted some Northern Michigan talk. There you go.
Yeah, I'll take it over Michigan. Who I'm still like convinced is either going to be a powerhouse or garbage, and there's no in between.
What if they're just
a weird team like that?
What if they're just like a pain in the ass to play against, and they don't win a single game, but they lose 1-0 every fucking game? That would suck. What would you categorize that as? Zero goals scored.
Michigan would never do that.
Holy shit. The 3 years Don Waddell was at Northern Michigan, he's 3 of the top 4 all-time points by a defenseman in a single season. Don Waddell.
Yep, and then he decided he was going to sign Provorov to that contract.
30 years later. 40 years later.
Still a weird deal.
Oops. Anyways, I can do this though. I got nothing else. Like I can't. I'm gonna start rattling off Northern Michigan records.
I mean, that's what people came here for, right?
All right, 2006. Eric Gustafson played there. I forgot about that.
You know what, dude? 5 years ago, people would have said the same thing about Western Michigan, and here they are, natty champions.
Well,
And Alex Bump is primed to push for a roster spot with Philadelphia somehow. So, you know what? Good for Western. Is there an Eastern or a Southern Michigan? Because it feels weird there's a Northern and a Western.
Yeah.
There actually is?
I know there's an Eastern Michigan.
Is there a Southern? So if not, this whole thing, Infinity Gauntlet, is done.
There is a Southwestern Michigan College. There's also a Southern Michigan. It's called Southern Michigan Rubber. It's a rubber product supplier, but they just call it Southern Michigan Rubber.
Okay. I was not ready for that. Let's end on this. This is perfect.
There's also Southern Michigan Railroad Society.
That's fun. That would actually be very fun, like hockey school team name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the Wheeling Nailers. Riley asks, would the Wild move Yurov to win if he struggles with being a full-time center in the NHL to not destroy his confidence in his first year? This just goes in line with me talking about Kaprizov negativity. And everyone.
Yeah, hold on. I think he means move Yurov to the wing. No, I think he just left the G out.
Oh, to the
that would be.
Well, that's different. So that's less fun.
Yeah, I think there's a very good chance he plays wing this year.
There's nothing to talk about. And I feel like Yurov is weirdly, it's so funny because when fans want to like fixate on a prospect, it's very easy to go with the Russian because they're like, well, no one else has seen him play, so it doesn't matter that I haven't seen him play. You know, like everyone just like locks him in as like, oh, he's freaking good. He's the next Kaprizov, right? And I'm not saying that that's what everyone thinks, but it's a very easy thing to throw out. Like there's a lot of people that have commented on the YouTube channel after videos have gone out being like, Yurov's the only good prospect. Screw everybody else. Like, let's wait until we see him do something, please. I'm optimistic about what he can do, but like he's far from a guarantee. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm. Here's a
poetic response. Mm-hmm.
Well, I was just thinking, I have Southern Mish typed into the search bar, and some of the
you're stuck on Michigan.
Dude, the first suggestion is Southern Michigan kill 10 horses. I was like, who's searching that? Apparently me. Also, Southern Michigan beaches just sounds funny. But fun fact, and I think may have been year 1 or 2 of COVID. If you said the Buffalo Sabres had never seen any Russian prospect play hockey, you'd be correct because they had no one scouting Russians for like 2 years. Saying we have no fucking years. Probably still, I don't know.
I thought it was like a 5-year stretch.
If I'm being honest with you,
about Russia,
they're like, no.
Wait, how much of that was due to all of the banter around McGillney getting into the Hall of Fame?
They were like, you know what?
Fuck him. Fuck his friends. Fuck his countrymen. We're out.
We're done.
We're going to put all of our money into Penn State. Here we go.
What does this mean? Southern Michigan kill Penn horses. I shouldn't have clicked on it. Oh, it's a big Facebook group.
For Southern Michigan?
Southern Michigan, yeah, it's a it's a group. It's the Facebook group's rated 4.6 stars. 45 people currently talking about it.
Are you in a Facebook group?
I just found out. It's a it's a discussion about saving killed Penn horses from slaughter in Southern Michigan. And that was the first suggestion.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
But yeah, I got nothing else.
You got nothing else. I do think once we get into the hockey season or closer to it, we've got 2 segments. It don't have to be weekly, but we can rotate them in, both courtesy of Billy Madison. We got to do the Blue Duck, and we got to do the Penguin. The Blue Duck is something you've never seen, but something that you want to see. And the Penguin is something that is happening, but it's not real.
Mm.
Like a player or a team that's doing something, good or bad, that's like, yeah, this is a mirage. This is fake. I'm just drunk and I'm chasing this penguin in a golf cart. I think those could both play.
Good.
Or do we just fully pivot to only role model references?
I have to put the shirt on.
It is a great shirt.
It's
You're
30
welcome.
minutes. Thank you. Yes.
I've never given someone that nice of a gift.
Yeah, that was fucked up. I was almost too happy. I shouldn't have accepted it. Like, don't give it away. Don't give this away.
No, that's what you get. You're the asshole for accepting it. You should have never let me give up such a prized possession, but you're a jerk.
I was off my game. But all right, the fact that we went 2 hours is insane.
We have not made it 2 hours, which means, Mateo, I think we just need to end it here. Cut us short, just barely, of the 2 hour mark.
9:30 start time, 8:30 Central.
8:30 Central in the future, every Monday. Here we go. And yes, Cosmo, great effing movie.